Hey there, this is Bridget Danner with Women's Wellness Collaborative, and today I'm going to be sharing a recipe for, I guess we could call it a cilantro, parsley, lime juice. Those are kind of the stars of the show. So I'm going to start with some water, and this is our new Vitamix blender, but honestly you can do this in any kind of blender, and you'll kind of see why later. And then we're going to use a whole lime. So I'm making today like a serving for one person, but you can certainly make a serving for, just double it up to make a serving for two. Sometimes I'll make a full glass for myself and my husband and a little extra for my son in the morning. So we'll squeeze in our lime. And then I'll put in some of my green ingredients because I'm going to put in some honey later, and I don't want the honey to like stick. So I'm going to kind of put the honey on top of the greens. So this is like a super greens mix, or you could just use spinach, or you could use some leftover lettuce you have. It's flexible. It's not a strict recipe. So I'm just going to put like a handful, maybe 2 handfuls. We all have our own taste buds, and especially if you're not used to drinking green things, you might want to start a little light on the greens, but over time you might want to have more. And if you don't have any greens, you can just do it with cilantro and parsley. It's totally mix and match. If you don't have a lime, you could put in an apple or something like that. So I already washed this organic cilantro, and I'm going to put in a handful. And again, you could do 2 if you're in the mood. And here we've got some organic parsley. And both of these greens have some similar properties of detoxification. They've got, of course, some great phytonutrients and vitamins. You've got vitamin K. For the purpose today, we're mostly talking about detoxification. So I drink this drink first thing in the morning usually. And it's just like, it feels very clean, it feels very fresh. And it's kind of cleaning out plaques in your intestines. I first kind of got into it and researched it because I've been exposed to mold and various combinations of things. I also have Epstein-Barr virus chronically in my body, and frankly it's really tough to get rid of mold in your tissues and in your body. It's really hard to get rid of a chronic virus, but it's not impossible. You just have to keep looking for more solutions. So lately I've really been getting into the plant-based solutions, and honestly it helps a lot. It helps my energy. I feel just like able to think more clearly. So it was a really great addition to my diet. Okay, last ingredient is I'll do like a teaspoon of honey. I know some people might think that's like sacrilege, but it's a whole food product, right? It has a lot of benefits, and it's not like it's sugar. If you don't want it, you could leave it out, but I find it really like balances the lime. It's sort of like a limeade drink. And I think it's got a lot of like great electrolyte properties by the time you make this. You could put in a little dash of sea salt as well, so it gets your electrolyte balance going for the morning. Okay, so we're just gonna put on our lid and do some blending. All right, so I wait till I see everything mixed and I don't see little like flakes of leaves flying around anymore. And you could probably let it settle for a bit because it's kind of foamy, and we're making a juice, not a smoothie. So in other words, we're having a more liquidy drink, and you can leave in this fibery stuff on the top, but you don't really have to. I know fiber has benefits, but also the juice itself is like really cleansing. So if you want, you can use a strainer and strain out some of the fiber and thickness. But it will also start to separate, which you might be able to see. And the longer it sits, the more it'll separate. So if you don't want to deal with like the strainer, sometimes I'll just use the strainer to sort of block off most of the fiber, but I'll let some of the fiber in so I get a little fiber but I won't like get the full brunt of the fiber. So I should mention that probably a key ingredient, so to speak, of detoxification is chlorophyll. And you can take it in a supplement form, which I've tried before and I do think it feels good, but I think you've got to take a lot of it. And it's a lot like cheaper and I don't know, just kind of more fresh to use it this way. It's got the enzymes in it and it tastes really delicious. So this is a great little drink you can make in the morning. And again, if you're new to juicing, maybe do a little less of the greens, a little more of the honey, and then over time I think you'll get more used to it. And if you'd like to see more of our videos, you can check it out here on this YouTube channel. If you'd like to subscribe to our newsletter, you can do that in the notes below as well. We'd love to have you as part of our community, and thanks for learning with us.